Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more Charade Maniacs, continuing Timose's route, and we lost all our emotions. Which is swell, because that's how I feel right now. Work is very difficult, I'm very tired, and I just want to curl up in a ball and cry. But anyway, here we are. My emotions are broken, because I just want to cry. I wish I had no emotions, because then I wouldn't want to just cry. Good God. Last week has been. I don't enjoy it. Anyway, we spend the rest of our morning inside. Oh, right. I'm only going to be robotic when she speaks. I can't. I sat on the sofa in the living room, and Tomose sat next to me the entire time. Tomose hesitated when he slowly reached for my hand. After a moment, he let his hand fall back to his side. I didn't know what that was supposed to mean. As it got closer to the afternoon, Futami and Gyobu came downstairs. It's kind of weird because it's like, I get it, she's like, I'm not sure what that meant. But I'm not sure if, when they say she's not sure of what that meant, it's because she has no emotion. So yeah, but she might not have emotions, but she's not a fucking idiot. Okay, well, yeah, kind of. But you know what I'm saying? You're not totally dumb. So you would kind of know what that meant. But I don't know if it's more like emotions or not. Him reaching and doing it, you'd be like, I'm not really sure how to process that. And maybe that's what they meant, but I hope they're not going to try to go down the, she has no emotions, therefore she is stupid. Emotions don't make you smarter. You know what I mean? Oh, both of you were in the living room. We clean as a team, but should Sana take a break? I can clean. But if she can do it, why not let her? Emotions have nothing to do with cleaning. Actually, if I didn't have emotions, I might, not be like, I don't want to clean. I'm just saying. Maybe my emotions are why I don't want to clean. I'll do it with her. Let's do that. Gyobu, you better not let your emotions run wild because of this. You mean emotions like pretending to not clean because it's a pain in the butt? You know exactly what I meant. But having emotions is what makes us human. This is what I mean by letting your emotions run wild. Anyway, let's get started. Let's start from the kitchen. And do you remember the usual steps? I'm not an idiot! I lost my emotions, not all my brain cells. Yeah. I answered Tomose and went to the kitchen. I followed the same steps as usual and cleaned like it was any other day. There wasn't any issue there. At night, Tomose held my hand and walked me to my room. Again, it's like... I have no emotions. I'm not blind, deaf, and dumb. Jesus. Good night. See you tomorrow. Good night. Oh. Do you have any problems? Like when you're alone in your room? I shook my head. Oh. Hey. Tomose moved in closer. Listen! Are you taking this opportunity to, mac on me while I'm, emotionless? You're like, it's not she can't fight back, because that was going to come out way wrong, but, she's not going to fight me. That's just so wrong in so many ways. She's not going to yell at me and get mad because she doesn't have emotions, but that doesn't mean you can, do that. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just worried. He touched my cheek and studied me for a moment. I didn't have anything to say about that. Good night. He quickly moved his hand away. Okay, good, that's fine. That's acceptable. Good night. I repeated the same schedule the following day. That was the plan, but after lunch, Tomose decided to go to the park. He held my hand all the way there. And do you want to avoid the Arcadians? Why? Well, I thought you wouldn't want to see them. There were Arcadians walking around the park. The ice cream vendor, the one sitting on a bench, and a person talking to Arcadians. Gyobu? Right, see, that's sus of him. Gyobu was gesturing silently at the Arcadians in front of him. And that's it. Do you get it? I
I don't get it. I don't know.
Here's a hint then. It exists even in this park.
Park? It exists in a park? A bench? Ice cream? Swings? What else?
Hey, no fair. You'll get it eventually if you just guess everything. Fake laughing is kind of funny. Oh my god. Gyobu, what are you doing? Weird. I could ask the same thing. I asked you first, but I'll just have to... It's just to have a change of pace. Sorry. Same. Even if I stayed at the lodging, no one will play games with me. Previously, she would, though. Gyobu signaled at me. Mose looked sad when he saw that. That's why I was playing with the Arcadians. It's charades. Charades game. A type of gesture game. The player will make gestures and expressions while others will try to decipher what they're trying to say. I'm not sure if we'd be better or worse at charades not having emotions. You know what I mean? We'd be like very hyperlogical, but like... Oh. Charades? You mean the gesture game? Is that it? It sure is. And that's why they were laughing? The Arcadians. Yeah, it's rare to see them laugh, but I think it's pretty often. And their changes in emotion are becoming clearer. I thought the Arcadians didn't laugh at all. It's opposite for her. Her emotions are gone. But if I said that, would you get mad? Well, fucking late for that, you said it. I won't get mad. So what gesture were you doing? I'd like to know. Oh, you don't mind me being the teacher? I thought you'd be better at stuff like this, Tomo. It's fine. Tell me. Having Tomo rely on me isn't half bad. All right, I'll teach you. Take your arm and... Like this? Tomose imitated Gyobu's every movement. He opened his arms wide, then drew an ellipse with his finger. I followed that ellipse with my eyes. Left, right, left, right. It moved in a zigzagging pattern toward the ground. Then he gestured, catching something midair. Gestures his arm wide, zigzags down, a lightning bug? Like lightning, then you catch it like a lightning bug? That's all I can think of. I have no idea. I need to see the gesture to know what he's doing. Anyway. And after plucking it with my finger, done. Well, do you know what I was describing with those gestures? Do you know? No. The answer is a leaf. Too bad. Let's burn this leaf. Poof! Burn. Oh, okay, like I get it. The leaf. Oh, okay. It is not zigzag, but if you're swirling it, like a leaf swirling down off a tree. Okay, I get it. I was thinking the zigzag, like lightning bolt. You know what I mean? Wasn't really a zigzag, it's a swirl. And they love it. They do seem to like charades. Shall we play again?
Yeah, let's! I'll play.
And they have nice smiles. What should I do next? Let's see. Yobu quietly distanced himself from the Arcadians while Tomose looked at me. Tomose then moved his finger in the same way that Gyobu did earlier. Burn. I guess you wouldn't laugh at that. He pulled his hand away again. Stream status. Drama starts in 3 minutes. Stream content. Twilight Canon, episode 20. Genre. Teen drama. You know what's funny? This is the street we got kidnapped on. In the real world. When the background changed, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Cast. Haruma. Kyoya Akase. Sosuke. Tomose Banjo. Yuki. Mei Dazai. Sakura. Spacey Sena, of course. The drama started. I mean, there's no reason they'd be doing a drama if I wasn't in it. Haruma, Sosuke, Yuki, and Sakura had overcome the problem at the culture festival. The problem. Not what problem, just the problem. However, Yuki didn't look happy on the way home from after the party. The three asked him why, but... Haruma looked terrible on that stage. Weren't there others you could have used? I couldn't help it. I didn't want to wear that suit either. I'm better than cross-dressing, I suppose. Hey! Some of us like a cross-dresser, right? Men look gorgeous in dresses. They look better than me, so I'm envious. Anyway, give me a break with the cross-dressing. When does our student council always come up with those ideas? Because some of us have kinks, alright? But people loved it. Sakura sure was laughing hard. Try being considerate for once. It was interesting. Seeing you run around the gymnasium in that full bodysuit was funny. It's funny, just like, seeing you run around was funny. I thought it was cool. Maybe you should have done a backflip to make things even more exciting. What the hell? That's impossible. I'm pretty much failing PE. Besides, Yuki, how long are you gonna keep quiet? You've been like this all day. Yeah, what's wrong? If something happened, you can tell us. That's nothing. How can it be nothing when you make that face? Was it that shocking for you to spill the tea at that cafe for the class activity? Something like that wouldn't bring me down. But seeing how our cultural festival for high school's now all over. So you're getting sentimental. Well, that's a blunt way to put it. Well, it's a bit sad knowing that it's our last culture festival. This is so fucking difficult. Being a robot's harder than you think, man. Yeah, I guess so. We're all going in different directions from here on out. Sosuke's college might have a culture festival, though. Sakura and I are going to Incols? Whatever. Aruma's getting a job. We probably won't meet up that much anymore. That feels... Incol. As of the current year 2148, this is what people call internet college. Oh, Incol. Okay. It refers to online educational facilities. But we can just meet up, even for the culture festival, and just come visit me. There's no reason to feel sad about it. We live in the same world at the same time. We can always meet up. We're going to internet college! So you're going to be going to college from home. The other guy's getting a job. So you can still, it's not like it's not like, I'm going to Germany, she's going over here to South Korea, you're going to America, and he's going to fucking Australia. Like, where you're going to different countries. You live in the same damn city. You're living at your house. Yeah, you gotta balance school and work and, like, time, but, like, your schedules are going to be different. It's going to be a little bit more difficult than, like, we all go to school at the same time. But, like, Jesus. Nobody's dying here. Nah, there goes Sosuke again being so passionate. I feel the same way. Don't you, Haruma? Haruma? It's not that. This isn't the end. Yeah. What about you, Yuki? Yeah, we can always meet up again. So don't feel down about it then. We're all friends here. We'll always be friends. Be lucky if I got a point. At least I can't get negative, I don't think. The drama ended and we returned to the living room. -3! Oh, next time tell me not to open my mouth. Stream points, -3. Total stream points, 399. The drama started after we finished cleaning, so the cleaning team was all in the living room. Tomose had finished all his tasks, and then he came close to look at my bangle. Hey, how many points was that? I think yours went down. I'm surprised that they can, like, give you negative points. I mean, I get it, because you have to get, like, the death stay, like, whatever, the death game or whatever. But, like, if you're acting, even if you're doing bad, people are like, oh, negative points. I'm surprised. I would just think you'd be like, yeah, 0. You got nothing for that. Because there's no emotion. You know what I mean? Down 3 points with a total of 399 points. Yobu and Futami were watching the stream, and they looked at me just like Tomose did. Hey, isn't that going to be a problem? Will it go down with each drama? So you can lose points like this. I have a feeling that the Arcadians are being more critical as of late. And there are times when you get extra points, so it's not always the same. In fact, I got 18 points this time. Okay, here's another reason why. Okay, we know what Futami is. Another thing that makes me think Gyobu's also a sponsor, and there's possibly the two or whatever, is because he's just saying like, oh yeah, they're being more critical now. Like but sure, over time, as we've been doing these dramas, not just us, but the other people that have come in, whatever. Arcadians are learning how to be more human. We are robots. We are slowly learning. But did Gyobu teaching the kids charades and making them laugh and stuff? It's like, you are not helping the situation. Because before they would have been like, they read the lines. Yay, a point. And now they're like, yeah, no, this bitch doesn't have any emotion. Negative points. You know what I mean? And Gyobu, like, oh, teaching the kids how to laugh, teach them charades, whatever. You're not helping the situation. Like, you know what I mean? And it seems more like, okay, you're helping them become more critical, understanding human emotions over here. And yeah, they could have, I guess, learned it from watching all the prior dramas over the last God knows how long, with all the prior people that have been here. But I'm a little sus that you're teaching these kids, like, things that are funny. You know, I don't know. I see. By the way, Banjo, have you been taking the drama seriously again? I have to accumulate points now, but never mind that. We have to do something about her. If things keep going this way, she'll end up with negative points. What was it called again? Disqualification leads to a dead end. Never mind making up and going back home. We'd be separated for all of eternity. We know that's not true. I won't let that happen. Then what do we do? Do you want to reenact that drama while going against Seina's wishes? Bouncer, I have a question. How many points do we need to go back to our original world?
That value has currently not been set. However, at 1,000 points, there is a reward that can be distributed.
I'm not asking about a reward. I have to know the points needed to return. What do you mean it's not set yet?
An exact value has not currently been set.
I got the same answer the last time I asked, and maybe it's different depending on how they feel. And that's not very fair. It's not set because they don't expect anyone to get there. Ugh. And then it's too dangerous to try and aim for a return. What do? I have to do something before her points reach 0. If there's a reward set, then how about asking? Huh? It might be possible to ask for the reward to be canceling out the punishment game. I see. But would it be that easy? The producer wouldn't see that turn of events as particularly interesting. Right. Their main priority is to make the other world stream as exciting as possible. And these two are like talking like they know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. I'm sure the producers are overjoyed right now. We fought amongst ourselves and it turned into a punishment game. Isn't this what they wanted? She sure is so naive to give them exactly what they wanted. It means she was that serious. And to me, it looked like she fought with her old friend and then gave in to desperation. Had there not been this little feud, we would have slowly saved up points and made our way back to our world. And you would have gotten the trust and protection of your beloved childhood friend. Am I wrong, Tomo? Yobu! Let's go back to your room. Mose said that and took my hand. Next to him, Gyobu smiled mockingly. You always become quiet when it matters most. So what's your plan here? Banjo, I'm not defending Gyobu or anything. But what is your plan here? There's some time to think about it, right? Just let me think. Well, I don't mind, but... Tommy spoke up before we left. You always hold her hand. Looks like Seina belongs to you or something. Mose didn't answer that, and we just went up the stairs. Well, remember, I lost my emotions, therefore I am dumb and cannot walk upstairs on my own without being held. Tomose's just using it as an excuse, I'm sure. Everything happened just as usual that day. Tomose came to get me like he always did, and he walked me to my room. Every day was the same. Well, see you tomorrow. But something felt different. My body felt heavy. What's wrong? Maybe you're tired. There was a drama today. I know. How about I bring you something sweet? If you have something warm to drink, I'm sure you'll sleep well.
I don't want it.
Okay. When you go to sleep, be sure to lock your door and turn off your light.
I remained silent, so Tomose turned to leave. But halfway he stopped. Remember to lock your door and turn off your light. Again, I lost my emotions, not my memories.
And there's something odd about you right now. And did something happen?
I feel sluggish.
Sluggish. Well, you don't seem to have a fever. And does it hurt anywhere? Look me in the eye. What's wrong? You don't want to talk to me?
I couldn't move very well. I couldn't think clearly enough to respond. Didn't know the reason.
Bouncer, what's going on with her? I thought you guys supported her health.
There are currently no issues with her health. However, her physical condition may be affected by mental stress.
Mental stress? Even though she has no emotions?
I have a brain still! I mean, technically your emotions are really what's causing you stress, but like... One's mental state cannot be fully analyzed, so we cannot provide that kind of support.
So, you guys gave up on that front. Is her apathy affecting her health?
Mose said that to no one in particular. I mean, that could be it too. I had no answers, so I kept quiet, just like Watcher.
Let's think about it after we wake up tomorrow. We can listen to everyone's advice. Just get some sleep tonight. I'll turn off the light for you. Don't forget to lock the door after I leave. Well, good night.
Before the door closed, my mouth opened. Mose?
What's up?
I don't know. After hearing my voice, Tomose came back into my room before the door had time to close. He looked at my face while I sat on the bed.
Are you sure you don't have any emotions?
I couldn't answer that question. I was able to move my body very well. I wasn't able to move my body very well, sorry.
But you can still call my name.
He gently touched my cheek and left it there for a long while before speaking.
Won't you say anything? Don't you feel anything? When I touched your cheek and kissed you, you got mad. You looked like you wanted to cry.
Mad?
I guess you can't understand. Not anymore.
Yeah. The room was dark, and Tomose peered at my face as if to check my expression. He then frowned and bit his lip. He slid his hand from my cheek down to hug me, and then pushed me down onto the bed. Jesus Christ, Tomose! This is not right! Are you trying to, get a rise out of me, maybe? Hold on, I gotta touch my ear. That's under my headset. But, this is not appropriate! It's not a bad CG, but it's not appropriate, Tomose. No, sweetie, don't. Well, I have a stupid grin on my face, by the way. It's highly inappropriate, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't hate it. It's wrong. But, it's in that, we're in an Otome game, and you're like, this is so wrong. But I mean, in the game, it's right. You know what I mean? Oh, these games. Anyway. And don't you remember? I kissed you. And twice already. By force, too. And okay, if you recognize that and maybe you're realizing that that's inappropriate, why are you doing... I remember. You remember, but you don't care right now. I don't understand. You were so mad at the time. Mose's gaze was so close to my face as he then heaved a sigh. One day, you'll fall in love with someone who isn't me. I've done that twice now. You'll kiss him and be pushed onto a bed like this by him. Thinking about that's making me go crazy. Isn't it funny? I don't want to imagine it, but I can't help it. That man will whisper words of love to you and touch your body. I don't want anyone but myself to be that man. We're going to do it 6 more times after this. All of this has happened twice before. And it's going to happen 6 more times. He's number 9, so, 8 out of the 9 times. It's not going to be you. But, hey. But I was afraid of being rejected by you, and I couldn't take another step forward. That's how I was until I came here. This world changed me. When the first drama started, I was so happy you were my co-star. I could kiss you. I thought I had an excuse to kiss you. It couldn't be helped because it was a drama. I thought you'd understand if I said that you'd forgive me, that I could finally be your lover. Couldn't stop being your childhood friend or your little brother. But without realizing it, my excuse and goal had changed. I started to think being in this world was fine as long as I could be yours, no matter the circumstances. But paused and looked away. He hesitated and laughed at himself. He moved away. Good boy. I shouldn't have said that I didn't care how it happens. Mose moved away from the bed, and I waited for his next words. I felt like I wouldn't have an answer if he were to ask me a question. Even if I did answer him, you don't have to answer if you can't. But can I ask? What? Am I still your best friend, even without your emotions? You are, Tomose. Thank you. I didn't have any other answers. I continued to keep quiet, and Tomose knelt so our gazes could meet. Sorry to do this while you're feeling sluggish. Do you think you can sleep? I don't know, but... But what? I don't feel that sluggish right now. Then, I'll turn on the lights. If you feel better because you talked to me, I'll stick around a little longer. Yeah, I want to be with you. Then will you hear me out? Will you answer my question? I want to make sure it's so that I can believe in myself. I nodded in silence. If you have memories of the past, you should remember that there was a TV show we would often watch together. It was one of those shows about heroes. When we saw the hero in it and you said they looked cool. And that was the moment I thought that I could be an actor and play the hero. It wasn't just a childish dream, but a realistic one. I knew that I could never become a hero in real life, so I wanted to act the part. It was a pretty realistic way of thinking. But your eyes lit up when I said that, and you said you'd support me. That made me so happy. I don't know when, but it became a serious goal. You remember, right? Yeah, I remember. I mean, oh god. Yeah, I remember. Or, I still support you. I feel like, yeah, I remember is very like, yeah. And? I hate you. You know what I mean? Like, that could just be like, yes, factually I remember. But there's nothing there, but like, I still support you is like, a little more personable. You know what I mean? I know it doesn't matter, but I'm still going to check what the guide says. But I would lean toward I still support you. Oh, thank God. That to me seems a little more personable. You know what I mean? Like, yep, I remember that. Not going to tell you that I want to light you on fire, but like, I still support you because I care about you, you know? I do, and I still support you. No, I am who I am because you've always supported me. It's interesting because even though that's the answer in the guide, right, you don't get the little flowery things. So I'm very curious as to what the fuck those are. Anybody know? What are the little flower things? Am I supposed to know what they are? Somebody might have mentioned it up till now. I mean, like, I'm way ahead, so, like, be fair, if you've mentioned it in a comment or something, I've probably seen it before you get to this part, but at the time of recording this part, I don't think anyone has. Now, I can't imagine myself not acting. But when I was a kid, I was terrible at communicating my feelings, so I was always the quiet one. You always encouraged me to talk more. Yeah, I did say that a lot. There were so many times that I doubted I could be an actor because I was terrible at speaking. And then I realized that I could speak better than usual if I pretended that I was always acting. I could speak to anyone, friends and family alike. You never told me that. I never told anyone. No one would like hearing that it was all an act. But that was how I did things, and I still seemed quiet and unfriendly compared to others. However, I feel like I've gotten much better.
Mose, you aren't quiet or unfriendly. You can communicate your feelings now. Those are both good. Like, you aren't quiet or unfriendly, but like you can communicate your feelings now where maybe before you could. They're both good, and I don't really know. I mean, you aren't quiet or unfriendly, but we also see a different side of him because we're besties. You know what I mean? So like you can communicate your feelings now is more like looking at it from a holistic perspective, not just between you and I, you aren't quiet or unfriendly. How does the rest of the world perceive you? Well, now you're capable of communicating your feelings. This is where I would lean. Oh, nope. You aren't quiet or unfriendly. I see, like that one we got flowers for. So that's weird. I mean, again, they don't really matter, but I'm just like really curious. You would think the right answers would give you like the little flower things, but like if you're looking at the guide and it said I still support you, like I want to go back and answer the other thing and see if you get flowers. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like the first one. We didn't use the guide. I made the choice, and then when I looked at the guide afterward, it was the same choice that I made, but I didn't get the little flower things for it. It's really weird. Huh. Anyway, you aren't quiet. Oh God, I'm sorry. You aren't quiet or unfriendly. You are the only one who would say that to me. Actually, I'm only like this because I love you. And whenever you smile, it makes me happy too. When you talk to me, I want to talk too. It isn't an act with you. I love spending time with you and be myself with you. It feels so wonderfully happy to me. There was another long pause. It's weird that it faded to black for that. Yeah, why did I forget about that? I felt so fulfilled just being with you. I felt true happiness just seeing you smile. I decided to become an actor so that I'd see you smile more. Never thought the day would come where my acting would hurt you. The relationship built on lies, the emotions, and that's not what I wanted. All I want is your smile. Well, now I don't even have a smile. Jose stood up and held out his hand, just like how he always did. I finally understand. It's not that I wanted to become a hero. I wanted to protect you. I only wanted to be someone you could look up to. And that's why I don't need to be some kind of hero. But I'm going to keep my promise. I'll become an actor and I will protect you. If you're crying all alone, I'll run to your side. No matter the danger you're in, I will save you no matter the cost. My thoughts had been dulled, but something began to stir in me. Our emotions? Our passion? See, this is what I was saying. Like, he's gonna be there and all of a sudden we get our emotions back. And it's like, they were building inside me all along. My hand moved naturally again. Felt like my body remembered what I should do. I held the hand in front of me and Tomose smiled. Just like he used to. If you're willing to give me just one more chance, I want to make up for everything I've done wrong. I want to see you smile again. Without your smile, I'll lose everything. My heart, and everything else. Everyone had gathered in the living room. It was an important moment. I sat in the very center. Next to me, Tomose was taking deep breaths. I want to call up the director to talk about some things. I want to know how we can erase her punishment. I don't mind, but are you sure? What if you're given some outrageous condition? And? Utami? And? Like, I don't mind if you call him, but what if he tells you something crazy? Well, and if we don't call him, we won't fucking know. So wouldn't it be better to know, even if it's crazy? Not calling him doesn't make his response not crazy. You know what I mean? If, like, we call him up, like Futami, you call him up and then he tells you it's like 10,000 points to erase our punishment. Yeah? And if we don't call him up, we're not going to know, but that 10,000 points still exists. Still exists there, just it doesn't change it just because we don't know it. And not knowing means we're like, fumbling around in the dark, where at least if we know, we're like, well, fuck.
and we can create a plan. So, like, what are you trying to do here, jackass? Like, are you trying to be shady because you're the sponsor, or are you just an idiot? Not sure what's going on now.
It's a possibility, so I called everyone here. Please help me.
No one said another word. The living room was dead silent as Tomose talked to the watcher.
Bouncer, I want to talk to the director.
Request accepted. Commencing transfer.
Our vision blurred, and we were in a familiar-looking dark space. The director was at the center, and everyone else surrounded him. Thought I was the center. Am I the director? I'm just kidding.
In this place again. I don't have many good memories of this place.
Hello there. How may I help you?
I have business with you. I want to talk about the punishment game she received.
Tomose took one step toward me and then looked straight at the director.
Very well. What exactly do you want?
I want the punishment game removed. Can the point reward be used to erase that punishment?
Normally, there's no such rule, but you currently have 635 points, so you've not reached the reward yet.
Then when I get to 1,000 points, will you remove the punishment game?
I cannot promise you that. The rewards and punishment games are separate things.
Then how many points would I need for you to approve of it?
Well, about 3,000, I'd say.
3,000? Oh, come on. You're just taking advantage of the situation now.
And then you may follow the original rule of reenacting the scene.
No, I can't accept either condition.
And then negotiations have fallen through.
No, I'm not done yet. If I can't use the reward, how about offering my points in place of it?
Please.
You can make my 635 points go to 0. Return her to normal then.
Huh?
That was the worst huh from Yoji ever.
Wait, but that's...
One wrong move and it's a dead end for me. The Arcadians would love that, wouldn't they?
Oh, are you sure? It's an interesting offer, but... A review of recent streams have been stricter as of late, so you may get negative points for your next performance.
I don't mind. I've taken that into consideration. But we mind! What are you thinking?
Ibana just actually defending Tomose right now, like, the fuck, dude, you can't do that, instead of being like, I don't fucking care. Really, Ibana? Bravo, sweetie. Look, you're actually a cinnamon bun underneath that angst, aren't you? He's just mad because he doesn't have an arm. He's just salty trying to cover his secret over here.
Very well. Please wait while we consider it.
The director stopped moving while everyone else made a commotion.
This deal's too dangerous.
Anjo, and maybe you should try and calm down a bit first.
I've already considered this. I'm prepared for anything.
He's not going to get a dead end.
Your conviction's admirable. Don't you care about your life? You two always put it on the line. Oh, I forgot something important.
Tomose turned around to face everyone and then bowed deeply. Oh, my neck hurts so bad. I just got a goddamn cramp in it.
I'd like to ask you for a favor. If this deal goes through, I'm just hoping that everyone would... Well, I need everyone's help. I cannot make a mistake in the next drama, so I'm hoping you'll all cooperate. Please help me.
Everyone closed their mouths and stared at him in surprise.
I can't die yet. If I do, she'll cry. I promised her that I would never leave her to cry alone. So please help me. I beg of you.
The thing is, you know what's fun about this? Alright, oh, please help me. I don't know what's gonna... And then you get into something with one of the sponsors or the producer or somebody who's shady, and then they fuck up and they're like Futami totally fucked up Akase on purpose, remember? So, like, I don't know, buddy, I don't know.
After all you said about not trusting anyone but Sena, you're gonna rely on us now?
I will believe in you, so please help me. Ibana's not wrong. He's like, the fuck? Ibana's very confused right now. It was quiet. Everyone focused their gaze at Tomose, but it was Akase who responded first. Akase trusts everyone, stupidly. You don't even have to ask us. I won't let anyone die as long as I'm here. He really definitely fits the voice. Like, because to me, the character that embodies this voice is like the cutesy, fun little bro dude. Like, yeah, I'm cute and I'm spunky and I like everybody. Yeah, and it's exactly how he is. I have certain images of characters in my mind when I give them voices. You know what I mean? And he just fits exactly what I expect from a character I give this voice to. I'll also help out. I can't do much, but I'll try. Will this even work? Not if you're involved. Added acting, so I just have to make sure I don't drag everyone else down, right? Yeah, the two of you I don't trust. I think it's still dangerous. But if you decided it, then it can't be helped. I'll back you up as much as possible. Good for you, sweetie. I want to ruffle his hair. I do like Daza. I hope you're not really shady, but... Oh, well, it's hard to say no in this situation. I would like to, because I'm shady as fuck, is really what he's saying. You're shady as fuck.
It's alright. I'm sure it'll be okay. If not, I'll make sure it is.
And we know exactly why Iochi would make sure. See! This is why, I mean, okay, part of me isn't mad about Iochi, because I do think Iochi's one of the earlier characters at this point. But it's fun kind of knowing this because, like, everyone, like, Iochi being like, I'll make it okay. Yeah, you will, because when everybody gets ended up in a dead end, you're gonna get everybody out, because that's what happened in your ending, in your route, you know what I mean? Not like I'll get in your way or anything. Ibana's like, I have my own reasons for trying to do well. I want my arm back. Ibana's over there like, you're gonna give up your points to get our emotions back, and nobody's giving up my points to get my arm back. I'll do it for you, sweetie. I don't have a lot of points, though. After receiving everyone's agreement, Tomose looked up. Thank you very much. And now all that's left is to wait for the director's decision. When he said that, I held his hand. Tomose... He said his name and he looked at me with a surprised expression. It's not good to die. I know. I'm not making this deal just to die. I'm doing this to save you. I will survive, no matter what. But you weren't supposed to have emotions. But if it isn't an emotion, what is this?
I see. That's interesting. Very well.
Who is he talking to in situations like this? Like, in all seriousness. Because he's not talking to the sponsor or the producer because they're in the fucking room with us, so. The director started talking again while everyone waited with bated breath.
The producer loves these special exceptions. Special rules, special emotions, special people.
How do you know if he's standing right there? Can you communicate telepathically with him? I'm very curious as to how things like this are going on, because it's not like we called the director and he's like, let me get in touch, and then you like, okay, we all go back, blah, 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 where then the producer is talking to him secretly and you don't know. But like, we're all in this room, so how is this happening? Very, very interesting.
It is approved. Your points are now at 0, and in exchange, our punishment game will be cancelled. However, don't forget, the next stream is crucial. I'll prepare the best drama for you. Just for you with 0 points. I'm sure that it'll be the best sort of entertainment for you and the viewers alike.
It'll be a romance drama where I have to act like I'm in love with him. Because if we don't do well, he's going to end up in a dead end. Even if he puts all his effort in, they're going to put it on me.
Well then, see you tomorrow.
Execution status. Resume function in 0 seconds. Execution target emotion. Target cast Spacey Sena. Execution status. Point change in 0 seconds. Execution target negative 365 points. Target cast Tomose Banjo. Then we returned We return to the living room! I have emotions now. I'm just kidding. Oh. Are you alright now? I saw Tomose looking at me. His gaze was so soft, and I was overflowing with worry and confusion. I'm not alright! You don't have any points! What are you trying to do, Tomose? You're back. Thank goodness. Tomose! Now is not the time to be laughing! What was that? Oh, what the fuck, bird? I saw something on me and I was like, the hell? He's up here. You lost this feather. This is supposed to stay in your body. Why your feather not in your body anymore? Big feather is wing feather. Your little wingy feather fell out your body. You're supposed to keep him in your body, buttface. All right, I'll keep it. Don't get too fidgety. Thank goodness. I'm so glad. Seeing Tomose's smile made every word about to leave my throat melt away. And in their place, a tidal wave of feelings from all those days I spent without them. This is what I thought. The love is under there, and it's going to build, and now it's going to come crashing down. Let's go back to your room. Come on. Yeah. Why did I forget about that? I felt so fulfilled just being with you. I felt true happiness just seeing you smile. I decided to become an actor so that I'd see you smile more. I never thought the day would come where my acting would hurt you. The relationship built on lies, the emotions, and that's not what I wanted. All I want is your smile. And something stirred in us, right? I remembered it all. I had no emotions, but I saw everything. I knew. Mose's feelings were all still inside of my heart. Mose...
That's a relief. A decision eventually had to be made.
But the way the director spoke was ominous. We won't know what awaits us until tomorrow. It's going to be a romance drama with us, and we're going to, just pour our passion out.
We'll have to come up with a plan. And there's still time.
I'm sorry for causing so much trouble. I still haven't properly apologized.
Apology?
We're all in this mess because I forced my selfish emotions onto everyone. I know that you all have some choice words for me, but... Seeing Tomose bow one more time, I remembered the conversation with the director. Tomose said that he believed in everyone and that he wanted their help. I'm sorry I didn't accept you. From now on, I intend to consider her feelings and everyone else's too. So from now on... Tomose! My emotions were overflowing. I ran up to Tomose and hugged him like when we were children. I forgot to say this to you too. Thank you, Tomose. Oh. Aww! It's such a cute little CG. He's crying. Aww. He's so overflowing with emotions. It's so sweet, guys. Thank you for saving me. I should have thanked you first thing. I'm so worried about you that I forgot. That means... We promised. Of course I'd protect you. Yeah, did. Mose, you keep our promises. I couldn't say anything, but I was watching. You said you'd always be with me, that you'd consider my feelings more. I felt so happy. Found out what you were thinking. It's okay to continue believing in you. I'm sorry I doubted you. Tomose's shaky breath reached my ear. It was warm, ticklish, and very gentle. I'd always wanted to talk to him that way. I'd always wanted us to be honest with each other, but we couldn't get things right. He was the one that started it, so I stood by Tomose to remind myself. I'm going to consider Tomose more. I won't take his friendship for granted, and I'll care for him. He's always keeping our promises and working so hard for me. But that's... Anjo's actually crying. You don't have to tell everyone. Wow. Quiet when it matters most again. I didn't think Big Brother Banjo could cry. Just called him Banjo instead of Banjo. I don't know why I can't read things in Haiji's voice. Anyway. No, he could cry if it's an act. But I don't think this is an act. I'm not crying. I don't think I've seen you cry in such a long time, Tomose. I said I'm not crying. Yeah, you are. No matter how you look at it.
There. No need to tease him. Although I get why people are teasing him. And these two showed us just how close they are.
I was called here just to watch this little show.
Well, if Zaina's back to normal, well, then it's all good. Well, then it's all good.
I literally repeated that. I don't think they meant to. I just had to read it that way, though. That's so funny.
Yes, and it seems like they managed to make up. But while we aren't in the clear, I'm happy for them.
The living room returned to normal. No, it was more gentle than ever before. I regained more emotions than I'd lost, and I took a deep breath. It's happier than ever to see Tomose by my side. Yeah, you got feelings for him that you didn't know was there, because you were mad and angsty and dealing with all this shit you couldn't, and now you know. We had a strategy meeting after dinner that same day. The director said he prepared some kind of big drama. The next drama's likely to be tomorrow around noon. We need to strategize before then. Yeah, not with you.
But didn't he talk about how the other world stream doesn't want cast members to drop out? And based on previous examples, they're prioritizing either securing cast members or maintaining the entertainment quality of the dramas. I sense that they prioritize entertainment over cast members. Otherwise, they wouldn't come up with the idea of a punishment game.
Perhaps.
In other words, they want obedient cast members that would make the other world stream exciting. And they don't want cast members that don't fit the bill. Oh, and they wouldn't want to lose Bonjo, who's gained so many points, and has done so well in all the dramas.
Maybe that's something they'll put to the test during tomorrow's stream.
Well, that would make sense. I get the feeling that Big Bro Bonjo would be fine with any drama.
He may not be fine if the drama's content involves killing Sena, or if they try to make him do something even more terrible. You know, did you have to open your mouth, Ebana, because you just told them what to do? Ebana's statement froze the air around us. You know what? No! That's a really sus thing to say. It's scary, but possible. Oof. Oof! You know exactly what— oh, God. Mose nodded next to me. It's extremely likely. That's what I'd do if I were the producer. They do realize that one of them is the producer, and you're saying this, and he's like, yeah, that's what I would do, and the producer's like, I wasn't thinking about that, but like, fuck yeah. And then, but it would hurt you even more if I hesitated and died. Isn't that right? Yeah. If that were to happen, you don't need to hesitate at all. While we felt a bit more relieved, trouble still filled the air around us. Yeah, you might not hesitate to stab me, like Iochi didn't, but I might hesitate to stab you. So, I don't know how that would mean Tomose got negative points, but, you know. Come on, people. You seem to have forgotten, but the producer's also listening to this conversation. I mean, okay. Listen, I know I'm very sus of you, but you point out things that everybody else is too dumb to realize anymore. Like, everybody forgot, and he's like, hello? Somebody here's a traitor, motherfuckers, right? Duh. Are you helping here? Because you're helping here, and that's confusing to me. What if they suddenly change their mind? We'll deal with it then. If there's a way to avoid them taking advantage of her, then all the better. You seem so fearless and willing to take on whatever may come. It's like you're more powerful next to your beloved. It's a feeling I don't understand at all. But knowing that the producer's among us, this conversation might just be complete waste. What do you want to do? Continue anyway? We're figuring out how to cooperate with Bonjo. We should share as much information as we can. I agree with that. We need to consider a few contingencies in case something unexpected happens. This is already a life and death situation. Are there really contingencies for that? This is a pain in the butt. Tomo's a good actor, so why not just stay here forever?
Well, That's what he's been arguing about with Sana.
Stop bringing it up.
But he looks like he'd love it. I think they'd welcome you here.
They'll reward you with literally anything. I'm honestly considering staying here forever, too. Forever?
Come on, after staying here a while, I think it's worthwhile to try solving the mystery behind the Otherworld stream.
Maybe if we know Futami's the sponsor and Kyobu's not a secondary sponsor, he's just a psychopath that wants to stay here. Maybe he's like a murderer.
You find out he's like, I actually murder people in the real world, so this is better for me to stay here. Cops were hot on my trail. I don't know.
Mystery behind the Otherworld stream? Like the reason and method that this whole world and the Otherworld stream were created? I'd love to hear about it.
Why?
Why? It's just a matter of intellectual curiosity. It doesn't sound half bad to be the first man to figure out the Otherworld stream's secrets.
Now he's sounding less like the sponsor. I have to say A, because we don't know that Futami's the only one, because now I'm but like, now you're sounding less like a possible sponsor and like, more like you got other secrets. Now I don't know about you, but like, whatever.
What are you even talking about?
But I don't like having to stay here against my will just because I lost at the game. I still want to win at the game itself.
Ugh. Looks like we're okay to abandon Gyobu here even when we do return.
Hey, that's cold. Besides, that won't be for a while. Tomo has 0 points right now anyway.
It's true that even if we overcome tomorrow, we still have a long way until we can make it home.
By the way, is anyone else here considering staying even when we can go back?
Huh? Why would anyone else really want to do that?
I'd like to be able to figure out who the producer is before leaving. But then, we wouldn't be guaranteed a safe return.
What about you, Banjo? You sounded like you didn't mind staying in this world forever the last time.
Mose cleared his eyes and looked down when Futami asked him that question. Closed his eyes, sorry. I was thinking cleared his throat, but it closed his eyes, and so it like came out the wrong way. Anyway, speaking of which, I wonder what he thinks now. I never got a direct answer from him. Mose opened his eyes and looked up before addressing everyone.
I'm going back. I made that risky deal with the director so that everyone could get home safely.
Everyone.
I'm putting an end to this nightmare, and this isn't the place where my dreams will come true. I promised we'd return and that I'd become an actor.
I knew that he was directing that last part at me.
He changed a lot. Looks like Sana's drastic measure worked after all.
Or is it because she's finally giving you some attention?
Huh? There you go again, being mean-spirited. When we didn't make any kind of promise like that, I've decided to do this myself. I don't want to force her to give me any answers. I won't do anything unfair, and our main priority now is returning to our world as soon as possible. And after we return to our world, I'd do it over. And my feelings for her, and my confession.
If you ask me, you're technically declaring your love in front of everyone right now. And do you realize that?
Everyone knows, so I don't have a problem with it.
Igtis Sana's turning bright red next to you. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'd say it's not okay. Anyway, what do we make of this conversation?
If you can withstand it, we can keep going.
God, I love Ayochi so much.
I think I've found a solution. It's all thanks to you. Oh, so you think you can win now? After talking with everyone, I have an idea. I'll tell you about it tomorrow morning. Then I'll try to think of a few things on my end. It's not like we can come up with plans that easily.
Then come to my room, Tomose. We need to talk.
Sure, I don't mind.
He's so much cuter when he's got that side profile like this. Then, like, don't do front on Tomose. You look so much better this way.
Enjoy, you two. Hey, you shut up! Not like that.
Wow, sounds like there's hidden meaning there.
Hidden meaning? What's that? Acting all innocent. You know, you pervert, I'm sure. I don't know. Anyway, we're at time, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.